7th, 2026 City Council meeting. I don't think we've ever lost power during a council meeting, but I was starting to be worried there for a little bit, quite a storm. We'll begin with roll call, please, Charlie.
Mayor
Present.
Pat Keller.
Here.
Aaron Wilder.
Present.
Andrew Flett. Here. Pat Kirsten.
Present.
Jared Nate. Here. Barry Greathouse.
Thank you, Charlie. Has council had a chance to review the minutes of the April 13th meeting? If so, I entertain a motion for approval. Andrew makes a motion to approve. Jared seconds the motion. Comments, questions? Call for vote. All in favor, show of hands. All opposed, that motion carries 5-0. Moving on to agenda items. First, we have the opening of the bids for the electrical phase of the quarry project. We've received 2 proposals, as we explained at the last meeting, or I guess it was the last Board of Works meeting. This design bid procurement method kind of has 2 phases. These companies presented a proposed plan, which was scored this morning by our review team, and then tonight we'll open the bids. The numbers will be calculated, and Mr. Hunt should have a recommendation on who to award for best bang for your buck, for lack of a better word. So tonight, we'll just read off the 2 numbers. Who would like to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Bid from Majestic Electric, and it says there is a voluntary alternate deduct for aluminum wiring of $20,000. The overall bid number appears to be $256,202. 256,202 with a $20,000 deduct for aluminum wire.
Okay, this bid is from DTC Systems, North Vernon. There's no deduct on it. The total bid is for $248,500. 248,500.
Very close to competitive.
Yes.
248,500.
I'd like to make a motion that we have our attorney look over the bid, see if everything is all right with all of it.
You give the mayor approval to award
And
the
then
contract.
the mayor has approval to award the contract.
Probably reviewed by Tim Anderson.
Yeah.
Tim, okay.
Jack makes the motion to have the city engineer and city attorney review the, again, scored numbers from this morning, and then the impact of the bid price goes into it as well. And then allow me the authority to award after review. Does anyone else second? Barron seconds the motion. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
I got a comment.
Okay, Pat?
On the Majestic, on the 20,000, my recommendation is not to take the deduct, because you don't want aluminum wiring.
We won't call
I want copper,
it. Okay.
because you could have problems with aluminum down the road, and the state, even in housing, you're not allowed to use aluminum. So
Is the other bid copper?
I don't know, but if it is, I mean, I'm just saying I don't want to use a deduct. That's my recommendation.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, all in favor, show of hands. All opposed, motion carries 5-0. Next item on the agenda, and thanks to Main Street Director Autumn Moore, we have, no, that's not, wait. Instead, we have Resolution 725-2026, the North Vernon Preserving Main Street Blight Resolution.
Hi.
Hello, Whitney.
Hi. Good evening, council members. In front of you is a resolution for declaring a section of the downtown area as blighted for the purposes of revitalization. One of HUD's national objectives is to address blight. So really this is to make you eligible for the grant funding you've already been kind of promised. So this is just as a first step measure for accessing those funds. The The geographic boundary lines up exactly with the Main Street district, so we have collected 26 building owner applications, and all of them are within the Main Street district. So that's how we came up with that area. We are still going through building owner applications now. We had a scoring committee get together to evaluate applications, and we are working with the architect now to finalize the list.
Who was the architect?
Architectural revivalist. The city had an RFQ process and selected them as their preferred architect. They are working on the Newcastle Preserving Main Street program, so they're very familiar with the program requirements.
Any questions for Whitney there? You reviewed this, right? It's just part of the process for HUD. If there's no questions, I would entertain a motion to adopt the resolution 725-2026. Jack makes the motion to adopt the resolution. Andrew seconds the motion. All in favor? All opposed? Pat, did you have your hand up?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries 5-0.
Thank you all.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have the first reading of ordinance 1030-2026, establishing a designated outdoor refreshment area, also known as Adora. The state of Indiana, over the last 2 or 3 years, adopted Indiana code which allowed the establishment of the Adora. Autumn, thanks for this. You see in front of you where the area is established, the vendors are established, the hours and times of the day are established, et cetera, et cetera. The diagram has the proposed Dora in it. Does anyone have any questions for Autumn?
I do. The information Charlie sent out, have one other business on here.
They don't have their beer and wine license yet. Once they get it, where they can be added.
Okay,
Sorry, I removed them once I realized they don't have it.
okay, thank you.
Is that Mary?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're working on getting it, they just don't have it at the time.
Okay. I'll just say, did you
Anyone can be added, and those 3 aren't even technically approved yet by the state. They still have to fill it out, but we just went ahead and put them in there for the reference of it. And then anyone can be added, they just have to fill out the same paperwork that everyone else does.
Would that require an amendment to this ordinance to add?
It might.
Okay.
This ordinance itself doesn't say we can add and subtract at our discretion, but we can, it just take a 2 cents amendment.
Perfect.
Okay.
If it were to be adopted, how long for it to become effective in the public?
The paperwork has to go through the state, and then after that, the last thing we have to do is put up the signs. So I have the paperwork ready to go and can submit it if it gets approved at the second reading, and then we'll go from there. Main Street's goal, hopefully, depending on how fast it can be moved through the state, is to have it ready before May 23rd.
So the second reading will be,
May 11th.
At the May 11th, the second reading and potential adoption then will be on the agenda for the May 11th meeting. So no action is needed tonight. Okay? Autumn, while you're up, we have the road closure request.
Perfect. Sorry that I didn't make it last time. I let the mayor know, but he didn't pass on the message. Just read my message. So we have 4 road closures. We would like to close Madison Avenue for Main Street Mondays on June 1st, July 6th, and August 3rd from 2 until 8:30 p.m. And there are no businesses open on that street during that time frame. And then our other one is East Owen Avenue on June 20th from 7 a.m. until 1 p.m. for touch a truck.
these are all things we've done in the past as well, right?
And these would be our last road closures for the year, so we've already closed them for our Main Street line.
What'd you say, the touch truck date?
June 20th,
Thank you.
the actual event is from 9 a.m. until noon, but we would like to close it from 7 to 1. Any questions?
Questions? So on behalf of Main Street, 2 road closures, Madison on 6-1, 7-6, and 8-3 from 2 to 8, and East O&M on 6-20 from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. Motion to.
I'll make one.
Second. Baron makes a motion to approve the request, and Jared seconds the motion. Questions for Autumn? All in favor? All opposed?
Thank you.
Motion carries 5-0. Thanks, Autumn.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda, at the Board of Works meeting, the Board of Works and Public Safety approved use of the stage for the Jennings County Fair the week of June the 7th through the 13th. The Jennings County Fair Board is requesting that the city waive the fee, and that needs to be done by City Council. So, request by the Fair Board to waive the fee.
I was just gonna ask, Gary, in the years past, we had any issues,
We have, but not in the last, at least the last 2 years, we haven't.
and then when we did have an issue, they took care of it, correct?
We-
We took care of it. Since I've opened the door, can tell me what the issue is.
we spent hours cleaning it. Of course, it sits there open all week.
Yeah. It gets pretty dusty, I'm sure.
And then, think back, that's when we put the fee, that's when that fee was added because of the cost.
And, well,
Is there any way we can add a fee for just at least cleaning it after they're done? Get that recovered for cleaning?
They originally put the deposit on there, so if we ran into that again, we wouldn't refund it. It's a refundable deposit.
yeah.
Is what it was. But it's
Well, we know it's gonna be dirty, right? I mean, it was dirty last year when you got it back, wasn't it? Or not as bad?
No, it wasn't bad at all last year.
Okay.
So they're aware of it.
What if you waive the fee with the understanding they'll be billed for any cleanup expenses?
Does 300 cover the clean? Yeah, pretty much. Why don't we just tell them that they gotta pay the $200 deposit, and if we deem it's good enough shape when it comes back, then we'll.
But that's different than the fees. You're gonna require the refundable deposit of $300, and if it's returned in the condition it was sent out, then it will be refundable.
That seems like.
Is that a motion?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I'll say.
Baron motions to waive the fee but require the refundable deposit. Pat seconds the motion. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Next, we have amendment to the salary ordinance 1028. Looks like Charlie, I'll just let you talk about salary ordinance.
Russell wants to add a part-time person at the rate for wastewater. And it's pretty wide rate, $15 to $30 per hour, depending upon the experience. And then we have adding $1.50 per hour to the CDL license for the street department. That's just cleaning up something that's been done in the past. And then change the part-time street department from $15 to $30 an hour operator range, so the mayor can have some flexibility with an upcoming retirement. So.
Thank you, Charlie. So we have 3 minor amendments to the salary ordinance, to a couple part-time positions in the CDL. But I have a motion to approve the amendment to the ordinance.
Make motion to approve it.
Andrew makes a motion to approve. Jack seconds the motion. I was going to die for lack of a second. All in favor, show of hands. All opposed, that motion carries 5-0. Okay, let's move on to department head inmates. It's, you see next to Gary and Brooke back there, you see Eric Weisman. Eric started today and is our soon to be at the end of the week. We kind of got a twofold for a week. Our new street superintendent. We had over 30 applications for the position, and many of them were more than qualified to do the job. I thank you, Gary, for helping me through the process and helping through the interview, but after Gary and I met Eric and spoke with him for a lengthy amount of time, it became apparent he was our number one choice. So, Eric, welcome to the team. I don't know if you've had a speech or anything prepared for tonight.
I did.
Okay. So just make sure that at the end of the night you've met some of these guys already. I know you know them, but if you don't, shake a hand and welcome to the team.
Thank you.
Gary, anything else to add from the street department?
Nothing else tonight.
Well, not to put any pressure on Eric, but you'll be sorely missed. You've been an incredible department head for me in the city, and thank you for your time. And again, I'm hoping you don't completely go, so we'll have those conversations over the next few days. Russell, anything from utility, wastewater, stormwater?
No, good.
Anything from Russell? Okay. Joe, how's things at the golf course?
We finally got some rain.
You did me.
We needed it, new pumps coming in next week, 70-ish plus members, doing good.
A lot of rounds being played up there, aren't
Oh,
there?
yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Very excellent.
Any questions for Joe? Anybody surprised I got it right that time? Captain, anything from the PD tonight?
Nothing new.
Okay, Bobby?
Not today. I will comment on I got to play out at the golf course for the first time Saturday, and just from talking to people and whatnot, people are pretty excited about being out there and all the changes and future things that are happening. So comment on that. Looks great. It's great to play and great to be back out there again.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, park looks pretty good too.
Most days.
Indeed.
Public comment, Rick? Nothing tonight? Kayla? Press? Clerk's office? Nope. Legal team? Nope. Not that I'm ready to announce it.
Has the state of the city been on YouTube yet?
Not yet. We did have a little event at the EDC last week where we had quite a few participants come and gave me an opportunity to talk at length about what's going on in the city and what the RDC and we as a council are able to accomplish, and a lot of things to be proud of. It went well, it was well attended. I think it's going to be edited and then put out for other people to be able to watch it and poke fun. That's what people do. So anyway, that'll be soon. Anything from the council tonight?
I just wanted to make mention again, so we keep it in front of us, need to do some research regarding a food vendor.
Are
Food
you
vendor ordinance.
instructing us to look at some different
If
ordinances around some?
If you would be so
surrounding
inclined to potentially look at some other communities that have
Yeah.
that, I think it would be benefit us to get something on books.
I did talk to Kayla about it, we've talked about it, we looked at, interestingly, a restaurant in North Vernon generally pays between $30 and $40 a day in property taxes. We thought that was the biggest significant difference between a food vendor and brick and mortar restaurant.
Absolutely.
And I mean, cost of food is about the same. However many employees you have, that's up to you, but
Yeah.
it does cost $30 or $40. Interestingly, I think Nash's was the most expensive, $40-some a day. But that, we looked at McDonald's and all of everybody. So just in your mind, we will probably suggest some kind of a fee or something that kind of equalizes that edge.
Yeah, we want to be fair to brick and mortar and yet also recognize that these food trucks are small businesses
Yeah.
oftentimes as well. So
And then
we
I think
put them out.
that food trucks are different if they're at a Main Street event, but then if they just pull up at a parking lot.
I agree, I was gonna make that point as well.
There's different ways that food trucks show up and operate, so. So we're into it deeply.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. We have no payroll claims to approve this evening. We did have 3 dockets that you've already reviewed in the amount of $14,707.23. second was 78,557.94, and the third 28,937.45. I might add that those may be the lowest numbers we've had in the plan for as long as I can remember.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
So Pat approves. Do we have a second? Vernon seconds the motion. All in favor? All opposed? That motion carries 5-0. And then finally, we need a motion to adjourn. Andrew makes a motion to adjourn the meeting.